This is just Kimberly. Here, we honor the pivots of life as moments of learning and transformation. I'm Kimberly, and together we'll explore the practice of cultivating clarity, resilience, and grace with every step forward. This is your invitation to slow down, listen in, and find meaning in the unexpected. Welcome to the Just Kimberly Show. Today, we sit with my dear friend, Alex. Alex, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here. So today we're going to cover the art of entrepreneurship. You are a wonder and amazing, and I've watched you grow for so many years. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And we have a lifelong connection. So this is a lot of fun to have you come to the table.
Yeah, this is natural. This is like the microphones aren't even here. We're just talking.
It's so great.
Yeah.
So on the Just Kimberly Show, we set the stage, we jump into the meat and potatoes of things, and then we have a closing. And so we'll do that, but really just, I have some guiding questions, and other than that, we'll just have the conversation.
Let's do it.
So seasons of growth and staying connected through life's pivots. Yep. Setting the stage, we've known each other since your high school days. And so I was a brand new teacher back in that day, and you were going through high school. So when you look back, what stands out most about those early years when we first met each other?
I mean, you really got thrown into the fire with me being early on, right?
I wouldn't say into the fire.
You really got thrown into the fire with me.
You were brilliant. You were a brilliant young adult.
You are being a very professional teacher right now.
I am not.
I was, man, you know, I think what stood out to me, what you guys did best for me was that you were able to get to my level, and you understood that throwing a bunch of books in front of me and telling me that I'm not good at things by the end of a grade was not going to work for me. And you guys were able to treat me like you were kind of like, I was like one of you guys, but also kick me in the ass once in a while, you know? And
yeah, everybody deserves that once in a while.
And it worked. And I remember, you know, there was a turning point in, I think at Fremd for us was when, I was arguing with Bob, obviously. I was arguing with Bob. Him and I we'd always go at it. But then one day I said, I don't know if you remember this or not, but I said, well, congrats, Bob. You're just one asshole of the month.
Oh, gosh. I don't remember that
And he
part.
dropped a book and he said, that's it, we're going. And we went to the assistant principal. I think it was, is that what it was? Assistant or principal?
Probably assistant principal, yeah.
And then I think we ended up seeing the was it Borgstrom?
It could have been.
Borgstrom?
Yeah, Eddie B, Palatine Police, shout out. Yay.
Yeah, and then we sat there in the room and like Borgstrom was cool. Him and I were so cool. And like I was always friendly with the cops. And like 'cause I was always that guy that like hovered. I was an habitual line stepper. Like you know, I would like sit.
You had a lively personality.
I hovered over the line of what was right and wrong. And I would tiptoe into it, you know, just test the water.
Sure.
But I never would like dive head first.
No.
So then I sat in the room and I remember Bob looked at me and he was like, he started to like almost cry because he was gonna like suspend me. And I was like, and he knew that I was having some tough times at home and like we all, like it was like 3 dudes in a room and we all kind of cried together.
That's so great.
And I still got suspended, but then I came back. I came back and it was great. It was just a great experience.
I think it was about working with like the whole child. And so that was something, Bob, as my partner, we always looked at the whole child. It wasn't about a grade. It wasn't about just the curriculum, but like who is that person, you know, and all the pieces of the onion. And so you had a good onion. You guys did such a good,
but you guys worked. It was like,
fun.
You know, I think maybe I'll throw it back to you. Do you think it was, do you feel like it helped that you guys knew each other in high school?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think back in that day, the administrator that brought us together knew that we had such good synergy, like the male-female yin and yang. We were both good at different things. And so coming together to like create a really special space, that was a lot of fun. And truly, I think being educators that looked at the whole picture instead of like the numbers and the data, which, you know, that's part of the day-to-day in public education, but that's not what gets the job done when you really look at something.
Well, you guys were kind of innovators.
People say that still today. I mean, we
not kind of, you were innovators.
Yeah, we would get calls all the time, like, how do you do that? And just asking how to pave the way for different places. So, yeah, I've always loved the work.
I think that I, like, look, now at this point in my life, I think I would love to go back and talk to, like, some of those kids. And, like, you know, I think it'd be cool just because I remember going into, for those of you who don't know what this is, but room 10 was like this tiny little room where you get secluded from essentially the entire.
Well, it was like space within a space.
Okay, that's being that's being mom talk right there. Okay, but yes, but to the high school student, you're basically blocked off in a prison. And I remember my first year going into it being like, I was so embarrassed. I was like, oh my God, like this is ridiculous. I'm like, everyone's gonna think I'm crazy. And then I remember leaving that year being like, this is awesome. I would never choose another. I don't want to go to regular school. I don't want to get out. I enjoyed it. It was like we just learned so much, and it gave me a lot of confidence to be like, all right, maybe school isn't for you, but you're not stupid. You just don't really want to do it.
Traditional school.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
so it was really just a space to be able to color outside of the lines.
Yeah.
And so much of how public education has been built, it's like you need to fit into like the cog of the wheel.
Yeah.
And quite honestly, that's not who humans are. And I think that is something that Bob and I always had rich conversations about, but it was like, how do you make a difference?
Yeah.
And so to make a difference is you have to be able to see and create a space and create spaces for each individual. And that's the whole spirit of true teaching. So
I don't think that I would be where I am. Well, I know I wouldn't be where I am today without you guys. And that's not just me being like just soft to you. Like it's being real. It's just like you guys gave me the ability to feel confidence. You gave me the ability to have second chances, but not really like, I don't know. It was a different setting where I knew that I could have a future and that other people believed in me.
Yeah.
And whereas, outside of the box thinking doesn't happen when you're trying to fit in the cog of the wheel, right? It doesn't happen. And you're like, you have to go to college. Like in my head from the day I went to high school, I was like, I'm not going to college. It's just not my jam. Like it's not what I do. That's why I went straight to the military.
College fails so many.
And I think that
really does.
And not to like go off on a tangent, but I don't even know if I'd tell my kids they have to go to school. Like unless they're going to be a specialty, if they want to be a teacher or a doctor or a nurse or a lawyer or something that you quite literally have to do that.
Yeah.
But if I would rather preach entrepreneurship, there's so much to do out there in the world as opposed to being like stuck in something, you know, that like maybe you're not happy with.
There's money everywhere. Go get it.
There's money everywhere. And I think that to learn, like I'm in the middle of raising money for battle bars, and obviously not to go on another tangent, but like
I'm so excited to hear about all of that too.
It's crazy. Like when you do this stuff, you realize how much money is actually out there. There is so much money, and people have no idea what to do with it.
And how many people you're helping. Just like on
That's
their
it.
health journey. And we're kind of, we're all over on that.
We're all over the
piece.
place.
But yeah,
But that's-
okay, wait, we'll finish
you
setting the
wanted
stage.
to- You want to interview the guy with the EDD,
No,
okay?
no, it's totally great. No, but
You know my diagnosis.
So, but going back to that is like the spirit of entrepreneurship. Like it was in you. It was in you. Like just waiting for you to like boom. I even remember like curricularly, like you were off the map and everything, and it was because you were bored. You were bored in regular classrooms. So it was like,
Bored on my mind.
like I was doing AP Psych with you. You were so young, and I was like. I was already doing that with you because like your brain was just there. It was like, give me more. And I was like, this kid's brilliant. So don't sell yourself short.
Appreciate
so,
it. Thank you.
Like you could have been, you were a little rugrat here and there, but it was like, we just had to help put some bumpers on to move you through it. So it's like, you got it done. We just helped give the resources and you believed in us.
Yeah, but
so
that's
I think
your job as teachers.
It was a common synergy. So I talk about that with, my teaching partner, but I mean, you allowed that too. So it's a two-way street. So it is.
I appreciate that.
So you've worn so many hats. I met you originally when you were a student, right? But military and just giving your time in your service, a husband, an amazing dad, an entrepreneur. And those are just some that I've had the honor to either walk alongside or to watch you from afar.
Yeah.
So what have those transitions taught you about resilience? Because there's been a heck of a lot within your life journey, and I'm a lot older than you.
I like how you act like you're so much older than me. You're not. But
I did start teaching when I was a baby, though.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that I have a weird thing in me. It's like this. I'll give you an example. When I'm working out in the gym, I barter with myself on a regular basis. Like I'll be literally this morning at the 6. I did the 6:30 workout, and in each 4 minutes you had to like sprint 6 calories, and then you had to get to your sit-ups, and you had to get to this portion. And in my head, like I don't do this for vanity anymore. Like I do it because I have to like I have to like push myself.
Yeah.
And I barter with myself because it makes me more resilient because I know how hard it is. And I think that if I do really hard things first thing in the morning, that
anything else,
that everything else gets a little bit easier. That's why I'll cold plunge. Everyone, like, people make fun of the cold plunge and whatever. Cool, you do that. And I'm like, yeah, man, I sit there in 40-degree water and I'm there for 2 minutes, and that's the hardest part of my day. And everything else is pretty simple. And not to mention my blood flow and it's just cranking and I feel great. But I'm literally in a workout bartering with myself, telling me, like, all right, if you don't hit 6 calories in 24 seconds or 22 seconds, your business is going to fail. I just tell them it's crazy, or like your kid, I will go crazy.
All right, that might be borderline abuse.
It's psycho. I'm a lunatic. I'm not saying to do this. No. I'm just saying that this is how my mind works. It's crazy.
The brain of Alex Witt.
It's not cool. It's a problem. But through all of it, even like military times, like there were times where I didn't think I'd live anymore. There was times when like I've lost friends and more importantly, like there was times like afterwards where like there's all of us, it's all relative on how we feel. Everyone has something going on in their life that is not
100%.
Not more important than mine or yours or any, like,
it's their own journey.
But I think there's always something, and I'm a pretty, like, I believe in God, and I think that there's always like something telling you to stop. There's always, it's so easy to stop. And I think that going through different life experiences, I've eaten barbecue sauce sandwiches for breakfast and lunch because I had no money, and then I've eaten like 5-star meals in Vegas and
Michelin star,
I don't know. I think that understanding like how low it is. I've about 2 years ago, I pretty much lost everything that I had, like going through this business world and going through COVID and starting multiple businesses and getting a divorce and like going through all this stuff. I pretty much lost everything, and I didn't care. I said, I'll always go make more money and I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And that
I remember a conversation back in that time. Yeah, and you did. You're like,
doesn't.
You do. You figure it out.
You figure it out.
Life doesn't get easier. We get better at managing it if we work at it, if we lean in and work on it. And you've always done the work.
There's times where it's like when, it was about 2 weeks ago, I think it was, not even. Man, I had to have a really tough conversation with some people, and I went home that night, and I was like, it just beat me up. It beat me up a little bit, and there were some things happening in business that I'm like, man, I could have done this better. And the one thing that I've learned is, like, and I tell my team this all the time, is like to stop doing this and always do this. And once you start doing this and not this, it's so easy to say, oh, hey, this person, they didn't get my paperwork done in time, or they didn't do my wrappers in time, or they dropped the ball. But then you're always blaming everyone, and that's a pattern you don't want to get into. It. But if you say, like for me, if I say, like, I could have closed Battle Bars down, honestly, about 3 years ago. We were close to being bankrupt. I mean, I've put hundreds of thousands of dollars. I've quit a life for this, and I cashed out my kids' 401k. My 401k, my kids' college fund for this, and I could have went bankrupt, or I could take that and say, you know what? I think that was a learning lesson for me, and I just spent a lot of money to go get a freaking doctorate in how to be the best at this, and that's the way I've tried to look at it. And
nobody can outwork you. That's for sure.
I'll die before I quit.
So why don't we pivot to entrepreneurship?
Sure.
I mean, because we're kind of naturally going there, right?
That's what we do anyway.
I mean, we naturally flow right into it.
Yeah.
And you are one of the hardest working humans I've ever met in my entire life.
You.
So when was that moment that you were like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to become an entrepreneur? I feel like I saw it in you when you were little. But like, when did that, you go to the military, you come back. I mean, that was super heavy. You come back, you get like a job, right? Those sort of things. But then when were you like, all right, I'm going to do it? Well,
it was July 7th, 2016. That was when my friend one of my best friends was killed in Dallas. I mean, obviously you know that, but I'll tell it for everyone listening.
Yeah, tell our listeners.
So July 6th, July 7th during the day, I was talking to my friend Pat Samaripa. We were supposed to go to a Texas Rangers versus Cubs game in Wrigley Field the next week. So we were making these plans. He's like, hey, I'm catching some overtime tonight. There's a protest, so I'm going to jump on the protest. And he just had a baby who's 3 months old.
Yeah.
at the time.
Yeah. Still makes me like, ugh.
It's awful.
Yeah.
And so he was telling me about how he's going to this protest. It was a Black Lives Matter protest, and it was the cops agreed with the protesters. He's like, dude, we're going to go walk arm in arm, man. It was like the shooting was crazy. It was wrong. So we're going to let them know that we don't agree with it. They're good cops, good guys. And, I got a call about 4:30 in the morning, and from his wife saying that he didn't make it. He was the first one shot. There was a sniper who killed 5 total officers. And it kicked me in the gut, like, pretty hard. It was like, he was my guy. Like, we were boys. And so it sparked me, and I said, I didn't know what to do. I sat outside. I cried for a little bit. My kids saw me crying. They didn't understand why I was crying. They don't really understand that because they've never seen me cry at that time.
Yeah.
Now I cry all the time, by the way. But
so do I.
Yeah.
Comes with age.
But yeah, exactly. But yeah, we talked to each other, and I was talking with my wife at the time. And I was talking with my kids, and I'm like, I got to do something. Like the young guy in me wants to go beat someone up, but the guy was dead. The guy who shot him died. So I'm like, what do I do? And so his family asked me to start a GoFundMe because people were making fake GoFundMes. So I started this GoFundMe, and I ended up going on TV on like Fox and Friends, and we raised, in a 5-minute interview, we raised like almost $250,000 for his family. And in my head, I was like, man, if I could it just clicked in me, like, I don't want to do what I'm doing anymore with my life. I had a very successful logistics company. We grew it from 4 people to 270 employees.
You were doing well. Yeah.
I didn't have to work ever again for the rest of my life.
Right.
It was humbling. Like, but I had so much money, I didn't even care. Like, but I didn't think about it like that. Not like bragging or anything like that. I just, I worked my ass off, like, to get to that point. But after raising money for his family, it was like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, it just, that fire, like, it was gone for my old business. And I said, all right, well, I need to start something new. So we ended up selling our old company. And, I was like looking around. I was investing into different businesses and things that were like I was passionate about.
Yeah, I remember you talking with Mark around that time too.
Yeah, and I was
all different, yeah.
I was investing in all these things, and, I was like, I didn't like investing into companies I didn't know. I didn't really know what I was doing. So like I put all these money into companies that's still out there. And so I have ownership in like probably 15 different companies right now that I think probably so far 6 of them have gone bankrupt, which is really good. It's all part of the investment.
Hey, your stat's still okay.
I had this play where I'm like, all right, I'm going to make 10 investments. And if I hit 3 of them, then I know that 3 of them, if I hit a home run on 3 of them, then it's like, you just want to bat 300, treat it like baseball, bat 300.
There you go.
And so, after doing that, I was like, I want to like do something myself. And I remember thinking to myself, like, I've never like had a protein bar. I was like sitting at a 7-Eleven and like I got a Quest bar, and it was the most disgusting thing I've ever had in my life. And I swear to God, I was
Quest.
Sorry, Quest. I'm not sorry. They sold for like $2 billion, so they don't care. But so I took a bite, and it literally cracked.
Oh, your tooth.
Cracked my tooth on the back, and I was like, dude, like, come on. And then you know what I did after I got my tooth fixed? A week later, I was eating another bar because I wanted to eat a protein bar.
Not Quest though.
Probably a Quest.
A different vendor, okay.
But they're all, it's like in everywhere you look, it's the exact same thing.
I have to say, yes, I agree.
They're all disgusting. Yeah. It's all the same thing.
It's hard to find a good one.
So I was like, you know what? Well, it was hard to find a good one. Right?
Yeah.
Right. So I was like, why isn't anyone coming up with something that actually tastes good and isn't loaded with crap? Like, why? Right. So that was it. I wanted to, I got into battle bars. We hired a food scientist.
Tell people about, tell them. Tell them battle bars.
Right.
Battle bars.
So we're my partner Ian and I we created battle bars because when we were overseas in Iraq and he was in Afghanistan, there was nothing to eat. And
Cliff bars. You had Cliff bars.
Cliff bars, but they were disgusting. Like we were like literally we'd eat them and we'd look at them like before we went out to the field and we would look at it and be like,
just because you
don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Everyone would stare at it, and we're like.
Battle bars are amazing, though. And you're everywhere now. You guys are everywhere. I mean,
it's been a ride. And everyone always tells me congrats. And I'm like, I don't know what you're congratulating me for. It doesn't feel like that. And I think that's probably how it'll always be.
But you're changing lives with, like, not crappy bars. You know what I mean?
Like we've pivoted a lot. We've pivoted a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe not with grace, but
Well, I don't. Yeah,
See
you're
what I
more
did
graceful
there?
than you think
See
you
what I
are.
did?
But bump.
Yeah,
Good job.
yeah. So I, we started with 2 flavors, and I had no idea. I just sold a company. We just made a bunch of money. So I was so cocky. Like I'm like, who's not gonna eat these bars? Everything sucks out there. And then you realize how hard this is.
The hustle.
The hustle is hard and it's real.
Yeah.
And like I think I said like 3 years ago, I was riding this wave. 7-Eleven was going to put us in nationwide into every single single store, and I put up a deposit of almost $200,000 down for to make bars for 7-Eleven. And our old manufacturer calls me the day of our production and says that their line broke down.
Oh my gosh!
And my heart sank, and I was like, "Okay, stay calm.
Yeah. How do we problem solve this?
Let's find the solution."
Yeah.
There was no solution. The company lied to us. They stole our money and went bankrupt.
Oh my goodness.
And I had to go cash out everything. I cashed out everything. I went to investors and begged and told them that we have
Help me
something
out,
here, something's here. And I had some good guys on my side.
Sure.
I traveled the country. I went to go find a new manufacturer. I found one. He was young, just like me. He was hungry. And, fast forward now, we have our own manufacturer. We invested into him, so now we own a piece of that. We also own a chocolate company called Funcoa. We make our own chocolate because I don't want to rely on anyone else ever again, ever. I'll never rely on anyone else, and if it's going to be not this, because back to what we talked about,
you're going to get it
is
done.
like I looked at, and I was so mad at our manufacturer, and I was always saying my manufacturer like effed us over. That's so immature to say that. I was like, no, they didn't F us over. I allowed that to happen. I should have been prepared, and I wasn't prepared, and I should have prepared.
Live and learn, though. I mean, you're learning, right? I mean, it's part of the process. We're always learning.
But now
I'm podcasting in my 50s. I mean, what?
Yeah, but you're good at it.
Well,
it's naturally comes to you because you know why? Because you care. And
I do care. Yes,
and it's not just like we're not just saying words to say words because you actually give a shit, and that matters.
And getting messages out like this, it's just
people need to hear some of this stuff.
Great messages. Yeah.
I mean, we were so close to going bankrupt, but I literally put everything I had back into the company. And now we're in 12,000 stores and growing, and we're close to adding about 9,000 in the next 3 months.
And it's so exciting.
And it's insanely hard, but it's fun. It's super cool. I got some of the coolest investors. I got professional MMA fighters.
Yeah.
But I've done it all by going on my own.
Well, you've always been humble and kind, though. Always humble and kind.
I think so. I tried to.
You have.
I tried to.
Unless there's things I don't see. So
probably.
Okay, so that's one of your businesses.
Yeah.
And then you have all your different investments. And here you sit. Tell me about 104010.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
because that has been a labor of love too. That's very, very exciting.
So 104010 started because I wanted to have a gym.
It's a gym.
Oh yeah, it's a gym. I wanted to have a gym on my own.
It's much more.
Like it was right down the street. It was 8 minutes from my house. I found a building that was the rent was ridiculously cheap. And I was like, well, I'll just outfit it. He gave me 6 months free rent. It was I'm like, this is easy. So I'll build my own little space. And then I used to work out at some of the big box gyms, and it would take me hours to get in there. But I'm like, I don't have time for that. I'm too busy. I need 1 hour.
Yeah.
So I used to write down my workouts, and I would warm up for 10 minutes, and I would work out for 40 minutes, and then I would cool down for 10 minutes.
Yep.
And when I would do that, I would be my very efficient. I used to call it on my whiteboards and on the walls. I used to write on chalk on the walls in our gym and call it the efficient American hour. And then people started to show up, so I was like, maybe I'll just turn this into a business.
Sure.
Because I'm a lunatic like that. And so I put some money into the business, and
it's a tight family. 104010. I mean, people that have started with you have stayed with you.
Yeah.
And you've just grown. So
not to be a numbers nerd, but the industry standard is 13 months for the length of engagement of a gym member.
Oh, okay,
for
that's
our style
stat.
gym.
Sure.
Ours is at 26 months.
Wow.
So we're double the industry standard. And then the average revenue per member, people spend anywhere from $190 to $220 every single month with us because we sell products that are real and that we test, and we give people an experience that is making their life better. And that's what we want to do. We want people to leave there and be a better mom, a better dad, a better parent, a better worker, a better entrepreneur, have a closer I think that if you start with fitness, in your life and you lead with that, everything else gets a little bit easier, I think, because you're healthier.
Taking care of yourself.
You have to. You can't take care of anyone else if you don't take care of yourself first.
And you've put on great events too. I mean, you honored Mark.
Of course.
Back in the day. My kids were there, did a whole little workout, but a lot of different workouts. And it was the first one, inaugural. Yeah, it was exciting. Oops, sorry. But I've watched many of those that you've published like throughout their time. So that's very, very exciting.
I think that people, my very close friend just died in May, and it hurt me. It still hurts me, and every single day I feel it. And what I learned is that I said that you should don't save your love for eulogies. Is that you should be talking to people
all the time.
You should be telling people.
Well, and
that's
what this show has been about, and bring you on and bring everybody else on. I mean, it's about having the conversations now, and I mean, keeping those that have passed on, like what pieces of them remain with you, that you can kind of help shine through others too. So
and everyone's got a story to tell that can resonate. And I think that, like the way I look at it is, if I can change one person's life, like that person raises a family better, and that family changes another person's life. And it's a long string of events. Like if you can look, I try to look at life as like 10 steps down the road as opposed to like what's in front of me right now, which is a blessing and a curse.
And that's part of entrepreneurship though, to have that to that big vision. Yeah. And you and I, we share the part about really caring for each other. Yeah. And that's why I went into education originally. And you don't get rich. You get rich in heart with education, but not otherwise.
But that's why it leads into you.
It does lead into so much more. I mean, my 2.0 has been a blast. I have had so much fun. Yeah. What do you think that people, and then we'll leave this section, but what do you think that people misunderstand about entrepreneurship?
Oh, man, that they're just going to be rich right away.
Yeah,
everyone thinks that, everyone thinks that you make your own hours. And I was like, you know how I make my own hours? I don't.
You have to be available 24/7.
I mean, it's cool that I can go on vacation whenever I want. It's cool that I can travel whenever I want. I can book my own flights. If I want to leave and go to my kid's game, I can do it. But I'm always on. Yeah. There's I can't tell you the last time that I just sat back and just relaxed. Yeah. I don't know. It's definitely a goal of mine. Like I've set goals for myself since I was in like 18. And
oh my God, yeah, when you were little. I remember interviewing you. You were like a student interview, and I was getting like one of my master's degrees.
Yeah, that's right.
But like you were, we like had this very formal, like, and it was the old school tape recorder, remember? Yes. I don't know if you remember that.
I do.
But just and you were like setting all these goals then, and I was just like, who is this kid? Yes. And then you were probably maybe 16 or 17. I mean, you were still.
I set a goal for myself that I was like, when I was 18, I'm like, all right, I'm going to go to the military, do this, and then when I'm 25, I'm going to make $100,000. When I'm 30, I'm going to make $250,000. When I was 35, I'm going to make $1 million. And when I'm 45, I'm going to make $10 million. And if I don't do it, I'm going to rob a fucking bank. I don't care.
Alex.
Excuse me, I'm not allowed to swear.
He's not robbing a bank.
Yeah, no, I might. No, but I like at the end of the day. At the end of the day, like, I'm going to do whatever.
See, and that's how he always brings it, right? This is like when he'd walk the line.
No, but you have to.
See how I put the bumper rails back on?
You know what the old saying is? And not you live this way. It's burn the boats. Yeah. You heard of burn the boats? Like,
no, burn the boats.
Burn the boats. It's meaning like there's no backup plan.
Oh.
You don't have and I don't want to live that way. Like, I don't want to be like, well, if I build battle bars and if it fails, then I can at least do this.
Well, showing up for yourself. And I've always known that. Like, you got to show up for yourself. Like, I would always say, like, nobody's coming to save me. In my darkest hours and things like that, nobody's coming. Like, so, all right, lick your wounds, get up. What's next? What are you going to do? I mean, from, like, death of my best friend and partner to, like, just other challenging times that have happened. It's like, all right, give yourself the minute, fall into it, and then be like, let's go.
But also realize that you're human.
How do you learn? How do you grow?
And you make mistakes. And, like, and I've made... Oh my God! I've made so many dumb decisions in my life, and I've made mistakes. And
that's how we grow.
And I used to worry about what other people thought about my mistakes. I don't give a flying F. Like, you know who I care about? I care about the impact I have on my kids.
Yeah, your circle. Right?
I care about the impact. I care about other people. But at the end of the day, like, I don't want to say too old for this because you'll yell at me. But I'm 42 years old now, and I'm like past the point of giving a fuck.
I really was a baby when we met.
Yeah, you were like 27, right? 28? How old are
you?
We're
only like 10.
How old are you now? You're 25?
Years apart. Is that crazy?
Yeah.
It's insane, actually.
Yeah.
I was literally, a kid teaching a kid. That's, really good that way. Yeah. All right, so when things don't go as planned, we've talked about this, but like, how do you find then grace in the process?
My kids.
Okay.
You got to have a nucleus to fall back on.
And you believe in a higher power, so those, right?
Yeah, my kids and my faith. And I lost my faith for a long, long time. Like I struggle with it actually. Just because I feel like some things that you see in life that you shouldn't see, that I don't know, it makes you question things as your mind is still molding. And I think that now that I've gained more wisdom, like not on your level wisdom, but like I'm getting there, that I feel like it's good to have a relationship with something you don't understand completely. And I think being able to talk to God and talk to my kids and make sure that my kids know that you can always talk to God if you can't talk to me. Yeah. It's important. But
You're such a good daddy.
It's so much easier to be able to have a bad day and then just like, how cool is it just to sit with your kids and listen to their day? It's like nothing really matters anymore.
I know. You just look at those little humans.
Yeah,
like,
until they're teenagers, they're like, "Oh, what, Dad? What?"
We get that. I get that now too, a little bit. I mean, not so much. My kids are good, and I think because we're tight because the timing of what had happened, so we were always a party.
You have incredible kids. Are you kidding me? Like they're
fun.
I love watching their journey. That's just so cool. Although I don't like that your son could kick my ass in golf.
Stop.
A little embarrassing.
He just went all in a year ago. Like I'm proud of him. And he'll even say, "Mom, it's just about getting a little better every day." And I'm like, man, like just the wisdom. Like
that's why
he's just a super grounded kid.
Golf is so important.
He's never been a club, none of that kind of stuff. He just is like, he could be having the worst round of his life, and you wouldn't know it if you didn't know him. He doesn't even show it in his posture. It's just like he pulls it together, moves on to the next shot. Next shot. And I'm like, I
don't know if you'd like playing
those are lessons that you can teach so many, but I think of like how he'll take that into the workplace and whatever he does in life. Not that he doesn't find his outlets, but for me, I'm like, you are wise beyond your years. Like that didn't come from me or your dad. Like where did that come from? Like extra special or something like that. But anyway, so, all right, I digress. So before we close, a few more things. So I love this one. What chapter of your life feels most alive right now? Because you like have more products.
Yeah,
What else do you have something else?
Oh, so
you always have something.
Sorry.
And maybe it's not that feels most alive.
I brought you gifts, of course.
Yay!
I brought you peanut butter.
Are these new ones?
That's our one we do with Barstool
Okay,
Sports.
I've heard all about this one. This one I'm very, very excited to try.
So if you like coffee, you'll love it.
So this is dark chocolate.
100 milligrams
espresso.
caffeine. If you follow Barstool Sports and Big Cat, that is their coffee brand. So we partnered with Barstool Sports and Stella Blue Coffee, and it's the dark chocolate espresso. Delicious. 17 grams of protein, gluten-free.
Wow.
Delicious. Yeah.
And he didn't mention about but this veteran-owned.
Yeah.
Not everybody knows that.
Yeah, we're all vets here.
All vets. And then...
There's some for my man back here, too.
Peanut butter.
If you like peanut butter, so you can find the peanut butter and the cinnamon cereal bar, which I didn't bring you that one, but they are. I
remember when that was being prototyped. I think Jack tried it.
Yeah.
I think Jack tried
it
back in the day. Yeah.
So cinnamon cereal and peanut butter are in 7-Elevens and Speedways now.
Okay.
Nationwide and in like every Lifetime Athletic Club, but yeah.
That's amazing.
So to the question.
What feels most alive for you right now?
I love it, like innovating and making cool stuff. And I like, we're changing our bars a little bit. We have a Battle Bars 2.0 coming out in the first quarter of next year.
Tell me about that.
So I haven't really told anyone this officially, like not really loud, but we have every bar is going to have under 200 calories.
Wow.
Every bar will have 20 grams of protein, 8 grams of fiber in every bar. So we're focusing on our macros and our calorie to protein ratio, and there's no one that's doing what we're doing. It's taken me. We've been working on this with our food scientist for oh my god, for probably 10 months now straight, and I've probably spent $50,000 just to figure it out. But we've nailed it, and it's going to launch in February next year, and I'm like very excited, very nervous, but very, very, very excited. And we're getting ready to raise like $10 million. Which is the most stressful thing on the planet. Raising money is like, everyone thinks if you raise $10 million or raise money that like I get that money, that's not mine. Like it's our company's money.
Yeah. No,
But
you're giving, I mean, you're giving back. You're building it to give back.
Yeah. But more importantly, we also have an awesome partnership with Folds of Honor. Are you familiar with Folds?
No, what's Fold of Honor?
So Folds of Honor provides educational funding for like families or mothers or spouses to those who like died in service. So like their theory is that you should never have to, like you just lost a loved one, you should never have to go pay for college now. You have to worry about how am I going to get to school? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I've met some of the recipients of these and it's changed their life.
That's so special.
They get a full ride pretty much wherever they want to go.
So special.
And it's all covered by Folds of Honor. And they give I think it's 91 cents on the dollar goes all towards scholarships.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah. Pretty awesome.
You're always changing.
Anyway, so battle bars for you. Wait.
Okay.
I brought you my favorite cereal. By the way, I have no skin in the game in this company. I just love it.
What is this?
Magic Spoon.
Magic Spoon.
My favorite cereal.
I feel like we should be on like WTTW. Like, what is that?
So it's grain-free cereal, but it's got 13 grams of protein.
Oh.
And it's honestly, it's
Show
delicious.
it to the camera.
Not my company. I just like them, and I don't have any investor stake in them. That, and then maybe a little bit of stake in this one. But these guys are cool. These are just hydrate sticks.
Is this one that you invest in?
Kind of, maybe.
Yes, he does. He's
So
lying.
Fit Aid is that's for you. These are all for you.
Oh, gosh, I'm really getting.
Yeah.
Oh, Fit Aid. Everybody knows a Fit Aid.
Fit Aid, but these are their hydration sticks.
Okay.
And it's like a perfect blend of hydration from sodium, potassium, magnesium. And it absorbs so incredibly well, and it's delicious. And it's sitting right here in my water.
Oh, delish. I'll have to have one today.
Yeah, absolutely. So I would say
It's awesome.
The innovation, and then also on a personal level, is flipping the scripts of like being a dad. Is that like being a dad to a teenager? I had to like have a talk with my daughter. We had like a heart to heart, and literally started crying. We both started crying. It was like a breakthrough moment, where I had to like let my little girl go. I was like, I got to stop treating you like a little girl.
Yeah.
I need to start treating you like.
I remember those stages. I feel like I'm in another one right now, but that's
I don't like
tough
it.
stuff. No, I know.
Don't like it at all.
I know, but it's about us like giving them the wings to fly.
Yeah.
And
100%.
so, and you're doing a great job, and that it just.
I'm gonna have more kids
hard.
someday.
Yeah.
I'm crazy, but I love kids.
Yeah.
Kids are the best.
Amazing.
They keep you just like they keep you grounded. They keep you humble.
So good.
You know, it's the best.
That is so good. Well, I am so proud of you. I thank you so much for coming on the show today. I'm so excited that we are reunited this way, and it's amazing. So I'll keep watching your journey, and thanks for always cheerleading for mine.
Always, and we should do it again.
We definitely will.
We didn't get enough time. We could talk for another 10 hours.
We absolutely could. We'll give our listeners a break this time, and we'll have you back the next.
Wait, I'm gonna give you guys next time. I'm gonna give you guys way more juicy stories. There's lots of drama, a lot of Bob Hansen.
Ignore this guy. Ignore this guy. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Of course.
And that's a wrap. We'll see you next time on Just Kimberly.